In this video, we will explore the shifting tides of generational influence and the impact of Gen Z on culture, politics, and the economy. Demographics play a crucial role in shaping societal values, which, in turn, influence political and economic systems. In the world of 2023, we find ourselves in a landscape that was largely built by the ideas of the 1960s, particularly the influence of the left and the ideals of May '68. However, it is important to note that this world is still predominantly dominated by the baby boomer generation. The boomers' sheer numbers granted them cultural dominance as they came of voting age, and their affinity for democracy shaped global aspirations. Nevertheless, as the boomers retire, Gen Z is emerging as the first truly new generation, poised to establish their own cultural norms that drastically depart from boomer culture. Let's talk about boomers and the rise of democracy. The boomers' cultural influence extended across various fields, from CEOs to presidents, as they dominated mainstream attention. Their love for democracy stemmed from its alignment with their aspirations for personal and societal freedom. They believed that spreading democracy worldwide would favor their interests and help create a more equitable and just world. However, as the boomers gradually fade out, the dynamics of power are changing, giving rise to new generational perspectives. Then there was the rise of Gen X and millennials. While the boomers held the reins of power, Gen X and millennials, to a large extent, were more innocuous and obedient generations. They often complied with the prescribed life paths set by the boomers, following traditional education and career trajectories. However, with the retirement of the boomers, the tide is turning, and Gen Z's values are beginning to take center stage. Let's talk about Gen Z's economic challenges. Gen Z faces a unique set of economic challenges that have left them disillusioned with traditional democratic systems. Unlike their predecessors, they have struggled to enter the housing market due to skyrocketing prices and stagnant wages. Moreover, they have missed out on the economic expansions experienced by previous generations, leading to a widening wealth gap. Additionally, Gen Z shoulders the burden of disproportionately large pension obligations left by the boomers, further limiting their access to the developed world's wealth. It is important to consider the emergence of Gen Z culture. Gen Z represents the first generation with a distinctive culture that sharply diverges from boomer culture. As they establish their own norms, it becomes evident that democracy does not hold the same appeal for Gen Z due to its perceived failures in addressing their economic struggles. Increasingly, technology is assuming roles traditionally associated with the state, eroding trust in democratic systems. Institutions like Google, for example, are seen as more reliable than politicians, signaling a potential shift away from democracy. Gen Z is questioning the narrative of equality. The narrative of equality, which has dominated politics over the past 50 years, will be subject to scrutiny as individuals seek alternative paths to escape the economic grip of the state. Technological advancements offer avenues for individuals to bypass traditional systems and find options for empowerment outside the framework of government-controlled structures. This will lead to a re-evaluation of the role of the state and the need for a more individual-centric approach. Another important change that we will see is the resurgence of libertarian ideas. As Gen Z seeks to navigate an increasingly interconnected world, the libertarian ideas of individual empowerment and escape from societal pressures and state control will witness a resurgence. Gen Z is likely to embrace technological innovations that enable them to exert more control over their lives and circumvent centralized systems. Concepts such as decentralization, personal autonomy, and self-governance will gain traction as alternatives to traditional governance models. Next, let's consider Bitcoin and the new generation's wealth. In a globalized world, Gen Z is likely to view Bitcoin as a means to build wealth, much like real estate was for boomers. With its potential for long-term appreciation, Bitcoin offers Gen Z an opportunity to accumulate financial security over decades. Its decentralized nature aligns with the generation's desire for increased autonomy and independence from traditional financial institutions. One of the most important cultural shifts are the changing perspectives on sex. Boomers placed sex on a pedestal, elevating it as a symbol of empowerment and dominance. This perception permeated popular culture and academic discourse. However, Gen Z exhibits a different attitude towards sex. For them, it is a more normalized and personal aspect of life, devoid of the social competition that was prevalent in the boomer era. Gen Z's focus on individualism and personal fulfillment places less emphasis on sex as a measure of societal power dynamics. In this new world, technology has the most critical role in individual freedom. Since the Enlightenment, the Western world has been on a trajectory towards increasing individual freedom and empowerment. This libertarian ideal will experience a resurgence as the world breaks down weakened and ancient structures such as the national state, religion, and ultimately, the family. Technological advancements will play a pivotal role in ensuring the safety and security of individuals, protecting them from potential threats posed by large collective entities. Gen Z, equipped with advanced technology, will redefine the boundaries of individual freedom and empowerment. As the boomers gradually retire, Gen Z is poised to reshape culture, politics, and the economy. Gen Z's unique challenges, disillusionment with democracy, and affinity for technology will drive the emergence of new cultural norms. The re-evaluation of established narratives, such as the pursuit of equality and the role of the state, will pave the way for the resurgence of libertarian ideas. As Gen Z navigates the globalized world, Bitcoin will likely serve as a wealth-building asset, representing their aspirations for financial security and independence. Gen Z's evolving perspectives on sex and the increasing role of technology in ensuring individual freedom will further contribute to the transformation of societal structures.